Schmack, oh my god, people, I just got home from the Metallica show and I want to talk to you all about it. If you were watching my channel earlier, I did some live things, you know, filmed, I don't remember what songs, but it was all killer, man. They only played songs from the first two albums. Before I get into all that, I want to show you the shirts I bought. Here's a classic one with Metallica, Cliff, you know, the Kill 'Em All, Years with Johnny Z. And in the back of the shirt it says, celebrating the lives of Johnny and Marsha Zazula. Then I also bought this shirt here, which is very classic. It's like the devil that you see on Jump in the Fire single, but it's a front view of them. And the back, I love it. The Kill 'Em All for One tour with Raven. And Metallica, man, they don't forget their past, man, because opening the show was Raven. And they were awesome. But Raven is always amazing. I admit, yeah, the set list was kind of short. They only played 7 songs, but they killed it, man. And there was a lady sitting next to me that was so into it. And then when it was over, she was like, God, they were so good. I was like, oh, first time seeing them? She's like, first time I ever heard of them. I was like, oh, you never heard of Raven? They're awesome. Oh, you're a fan? What album should I get? So I hope a lot more people in that venue felt the same way as that lady that, you know, got turned on to Raven and wants to buy their stuff. But, you know, they opened with Take Control. They did Hell Patrol. They did Power from the new album and also Top of the Mountain from the new album. They did Rock Until You Drop, which you got the crowd singing. You know, you did a sing-along and it was awesome. Then they did, for me, the highlight tonight was the last 2 songs. Even though what I just told you, they ripped it, they killed it, it was awesome. But the last 2 songs was Faster Than the Speed of Light, which was amazing, and Chainsaw, badass. But yeah, I wish I could have heard Live at the Inferno, or Star Wars, or Mind Over Metal. There's so many. There's just so many, you know. All for One, you know, classic. But this was the 7th time I've seen Raven. And I've seen them play every song I've ever wanted them to see them play. Destroy All Monsters was another one that they didn't play tonight. But, you know, hey, what can you do? They were there. And what was cool was James and Lars came out and introduced them to the audience. Amazing. So, I saw Chuck Billy from Testament was there, and didn't see all my friends because you know, I get home and I see all my friends posting stuff, but I bumped into a couple of them, which was cool. And then Metallica came out, and I was like, this was I believe my 8th time seeing Metallica, and I knew that I was going to see stuff I've never seen them play before. And sure enough, yeah, I mean, they opened with Creeping Death. I got the set list right here. I wrote it down. But, you know, I can tell you, but I wrote it down so I can tell you what they played in order. They opened up with Creeping Death. Then they went into the first time. I'm going to talk about the first time I've seen them play certain songs. Ride the Lightning. Never seen them play that before. Awesome. And then going into my favorite Metallica song that I did see them play it in Fort Myers back in '91 was Motor Breath. I only seen them play it one time before. They played it tonight. They killed it. Then a song they haven't played since 2013, and I have never seen them play it before, No Remorse. That was amazing. And then they followed with a song I have never seen them play before, Trapped Under Ice. And then another one I never seen them play before, and they dedicated it to Cliff Burton, Call of Cthulhu. Before I go on with the set list, I was going into the show going, man, if they're only playing albums from songs from the first 2 albums, I mean, it's not going to be that very much long of a show. I mean, it'd be like a typical show you'd go see from certain bands. But Metallica's one of those bands that play for over 2 hours, 2.5 hours. I think tonight they played for 2 hours. But how they did it without, they showed, and I thought this was so cool. They showed clips of Johnny Z and Marsha, interview clips between, after 3 or 4 songs, they'd show them talking about Metallica and, how they, pretty much laid all their money on the line for this band, and it paid off, He put his money where his mouth is, Johnny Z is a legend, a total legend, that I had the honor of meeting when he showed up at a show with Marsha, Venom Inc. When I went to go see Venom Inc., he was there because he's friends with the Venom guys. And what a nice guy. And then I had him on my podcast, Rock and Metal Combat Podcast, when he released his book. Great interview. Look it up. All right. After Call of Cthulhu, another song I've never seen him play before, Phantom Lord, which James introing it saying he had like an imaginary band before Metallica called Phantom Lord. I know he had a band called, was it Panic? Or no, that was Dave Mustaine. Or Diamond something. Yeah, they played Phantom Lord. Never seen them play it before, and looking it up at setlist.com, or fm.com, it may be wrong, but it said it hasn't been played since 2013. Next, I've never seen them play the song complete. I've seen them play Am I Evil many times, but before it goes into the fast section, they always went into another song. But tonight they played it completely, which was awesome. Then another song I never seen them play, probably the most fastest of the first 2 albums. Tied for the fastest. Metal Militia, man. Damn, and I gotta say, while they were playing, they had all this like imagery going on behind them. Pictures and stuff, old school pictures and stuff. Awesome. Then they played a song I don't think I've ever seen them not play, For Whom the Bell Tolls. They always play that. And then Whiplash. I think the last time I saw Metallica on the Hardwired tour, they didn't play it, but I've seen them play it every time before that. Then, for the first time, they played it electric since 2017, because they've always played it acoustic since then. Fade to Black. Finally, after all this bashing, we set the mood down a little bit. And, as you know, off the first 2 albums, that's the only mellowish tune. And it was amazing. It was really good. And that girl next to me, man, she was going insane during that one. Then a song I have always seen them play, which is Seek and Destroy. And I don't think I've seen them do Fade to Black the last time I saw them. Seek and Destroy. Then I saw them play this in Orlando for the first time, 5-6 years ago. And that's Fight Fire with Fire. They did it as the encore. They played that tonight. And that may be my favorite song off the first 2 albums. No, that and Motor Breath, then Fight Fire. Those are my 2 favorite songs off those 2 albums. Then, oh man, this was awesome. I've never seen them play this. And I was hoping they were going to play this, because I was like, all right, if they're only playing songs off the 2 albums, they're going to have to throw out the B-sides to fill up the set list. So I was hoping they do that. And they played Blitzkrieg. And they did. And that was amazing. And on FM.com, it didn't say Blitzkrieg not played since so-and-so, I guess. I don't think that's a song they typically play much. Then, another song that I saw him play for the first time, like 6 years ago. And it was a song that turned me on to Metallica. The first time I ever heard Metallica was when my friend called me, said, come over to my house, I got this album called Metal Massacre. You're not going to believe this band Metallica. They're faster than Motorhead. I was like, faster than Motorhead? Oh shit, I got to hear this. And they played Hit the Lights. And that was the first time, and that was the last song of the night. And that was the first time they've closed the show with Hit the Light since 2004. All right. No encore, though. It was kind of odd. Now, the songs they didn't play off the first two albums, Four Horsemen, which I've seen them play that before, so if I've never seen them play that before, I still wouldn't be upset because, man, all this stuff I just told you, I mean, if these songs that they left out, there's only one song off both those albums I've never seen them play before after Tonight, and that was Escape. And I love that song. But unfortunately, Metallica hates it. They did play it. They played, I think it was that Orion Festival, where they played the whole Ride the Lightning album, and James hated doing it. So I'm not surprised they didn't play it tonight. Though, I'm not going to lie, I was hoping. But that was the only song they didn't play tonight that I've never seen them play before. Because the other song they didn't play was Fight Fire with Fire, which I found kind of odd because of this. You figure they would have played Fight Fire with Fire with, you know, the t-shirt that, you know, represents the single, but that's another song I've seen them play before. So, if I've never seen them play Four Horsemen, I've never seen them play Fight Fire with Fire, it still was an amazing show. I know there was a guy complaining on the way out about Four Horsemen, and I'm like, man, you know, I mean, people just love the bitch. You just saw, I mean, Metallica on fire, and they played so good. And Robert Trujillo said at the end of the show, this is the most fun I ever had playing with Metallica. You know, he thought it was the best show he ever played with them. I don't know if he said that at past shows, but he said that tonight. And another cool thing was they brought out the Zazula family, the daughters came out, which is so cool. You know, at the end, you know, before they brought them out, and because they did come out on stage a few times after Raven, you know, and then there was a lot of, you know, video footage of Johnny and Marsha talking. It was just a really awesome tribute to these two, and they threw out a tribute to Cliff, which Call of Cthulhu, man. I'll tell you this right now. I've never hated the song. Don't get me wrong, but man, after those first two albums, like my least favorite, seeing them play that tonight, damn, that was epic. Epic as hell. But, you know, I mean, now I can say I've seen them play everything off the first two albums except for Escape. And I don't think that's ever going to happen. Those people that were at that Orion Fest, you're probably the only ones that will ever see them play that song because they've never played it. And they never will. And tonight would have been the only chance I would have seen them play it. And they didn't because they hate that song. It's a song that they were like... kind of like wanting to fill out the album. But man, I love that damn song. You know? But what can you do? Anyway, I am so grateful to the person that got me a ticket. Because I went for free tonight. And great seats. You know, I was on the second level. And it was just amazing. It was such a great show. And I gotta say, I haven't seen many shows in 2022 because of the pandemic, how we slowly got into it. But I've seen some cool shows. But this one, I don't think it's going to be topped. I don't even have well, I have the Wasp show coming up, and I'm going to go see Kansas with Lou Gramm. Let's see if either of those will blow it away, but I highly doubt it. Tonight was downright amazing, and it's awesome how they brought out Raven to open, shows they don't forget, and it's so cool that they did this whole thing, you know, for a tribute to Johnny and Marsha Zazula. And wow, what a show. What a show. And what else can I say? And I love the Hardrock. Oh yeah, another thing, the Hardrock down here has this big guitar hotel, shape of a guitar, and today they put the Metallica logo on it. And that's what it looked like in the daytime, and this is what it looked like in the nighttime. And you know, when Eddie Van Halen died, they had stripes on it. I mean, it's pretty damn cool. I love the Hard Rock in Hollywood. Every time I go see shows there, I always go early. Just to hang out in the place, you know, because it's just a great vibe, you know. I love going there, so that's my review. Metallica and Raven doing, and I got, you know, this shirt is like a special, you know, both these shirts are special for this show only, and they sold out damn quick because by the time Raven was done, you know, I went outside to use the bathroom and I noticed on the merch booth, they were all gone. They only had the hoodie left and the posters. Then I went downstairs to look for friends and I bumped into a few people. Merch table on there where there were two, all sold out. So I got lucky. I got there early enough. And that was one of the reasons I wanted to get in early, because I had a feeling they were going to have some special shirts that wouldn't last. Because I've had that misfortune at Iron Maiden shows, because Iron Maiden always does these special shirts when they play Florida. I'm sure where they play everywhere else as well. And they always sell out. I did end up getting one of them, but you know, I never got in early enough. This time I did. I got in early enough and I got both the shirts. There was a couple other shirts that, I was like, But this one, I love this one. This one's my favorite one. It's just so cool. And I love this one, man. And believe it or not, I only own one Metallica shirt. Now I own three. And the one Metallica shirt I own, it just has the logo with Cliff Burton on it. So now I got three Metallica shirts. And I got to say, man, best time I ever seen Metallica. They were awesome. You know, I know Lars gets a lot of shit. Yeah, keep bashing him. I really don't care. I think he's amazing. I thought tonight he brought it, man. And hopefully one day it'll be released as a pro shot. That would be a dream of mine, because this was the Metallica show that I would love to see, and I got to do it. So, that's it. It's been a long review. Been a long night. I'm going to go crash now. So, thanks for watching. If you like donate, I got a PayPal in the description below, and please subscribe to my channel if you have not. And stay frosty. Listen to Black Sabbath. And smack 'em a gob. Rest in peace, Johnny Z, Marsha Z, Cliff Burton, and Ray Burton. Bye.